Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special Big Brother over-the-top show with Teaghan, Alex's boyfriend. Well, now I feel inappropriate. It is boyfriend, right? It's boyfriend. We're gonna go with boyfriend. Yes, it is. Yay, boyfriend. That would have been okay. If you guys want to see any of our previous shows back with any of the evicted house guests or their family and friends, check those out over at yourrealityrecaps.com/BBOTT. If you guys want flashback times, they're over at yourrealityrecaps.com/BBOTT. Flashbacks and 24/7 live feed updates are over on Twitter at BBOTT live feeds. Of course, if you guys are watching this in iTunes, do us a favor. A 5-star rating and a nice review is awesome. YouTube, you can click on these buttons below, thumbs up and subscribe. Lastly, the best ways to help support our shows is to become a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron or make a one-time donation over at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal or subscribe right here in You Now. All great ways to help support our shows, but you guys are here, so spread the word, square, megaphone, up arrow, start getting your questions in with hashtag YRRLive or become a fan and ask them in the chat room, because without further ado, we need to bring on Teaghan. How are you doing, Teaghan? How you doing?
My heart's been racing.
Okay.
Ever since the co-HOH, because immediately I could just see sort of Alex be like, oh shit. Like, she's been under the gun for like a few weeks now. I mean,
she has.
She has, and it's crazy that she's honestly still there, and I kind of feel like, I know Scott had great intentions for her, but I feel like he made her a humongous target.
He definitely made her a humongous. Did you? Well, actually, wait. Before we get into that, I have to ask you one very important question before we go any further in the show. Do you have any plans on taking your pants off?
I don't. I saw Mike's butt, and I'm like, my butt's even whiter, so that's not going to be on here.
That was my shout out to Mike. Hi, Mike. I'm sure you're watching.
Mike.
You guys can check out that show on the on our website too. I love Mike. That was very funny. I heard that you watched that show. And
I did.
All right, let's start with Scott. Well, I know that you are saying Scott definitely put a target on Alex. Did you like them working together though in the game?
I will say I really liked that Scott was looking out for her a lot, and I think they bonded well on the super fan level. I don't know initially if Alex knew how much he was talking about her, and I know that if Scott had that same mentality, but he wouldn't have said her name so much, then I think maybe she wouldn't be such a big target, because he was saying that, all of a sudden everyone is like, she's manipulating him. She's manipulating him. Why would someone act like this unless someone is manipulating him? You know? So.
Okay, now we got hundreds and hundreds of people in the chat room. Do you guys think that, like, I did not really hear that people thought Alex was manipulating Scott. I've heard it kind of the other way. People felt that Scott was manipulating Alex. You heard? I mean, I'm gonna.
From watching the feeds and watching the people in the house talk, that's kind of what I got. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but that's kind of what I was thinking. And they're also saying that they feel like she's running the other side of that, like the other girls too.
It's very interesting. I'll tell you right now, the chat room, very split. A lot of people are saying a little bit of both. There are a lot of people saying it was Scott manipulating Alex more, and other people are saying it was Alex manipulating Scott more. That's interesting. I didn't really feel it was Alex manipulating him more. What do you think of that now? Do you find it funny? Because, you know, there are a lot of us, I'm guilty too, of doing the total of how many times Scott says Alex's name. Are you going to be friends with Scott? I think.
Honestly, yes. I wish he would have shown up on Twitter, just so there's a direct way to contact him. But I mean, honestly, like, I said one tweet that got that got me blown up, like in Reddit. People were just like bashing me. You're insecure. Like, what are you doing? And all I said was, I tweeted, when I tuned in today, every sentence I heard out of Scott's mouth said Alex, and I was like, that gave me chills down my spine. A little bit dramatic, yes, but people on Reddit were like, oh man, Alex is gonna break up with him. He's so insecure. And so I was just like, the trolls are being crazy, man.
Okay, three things. Number one, I love Reddit, and I would never say a bad thing about Reddit. That's my number one. I don't get Reddit at all, and apparently they hate me too, so don't worry about it. Number two is I wouldn't worry. And now I like Scott too. I think
Oh, I like him
Scott.
too.
I think. Oh
I
no,
like
I
him
know you. Like I'm saying, I like Scott, and I think he's a good gamer. That's why I liked him and Alex together. I
too.
feel like they were kind of the only two people outside of the house that are really gaming, honestly. So that's why I really appreciate Scott. But number three, no, I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry at all. I think
I'm not. I'm not.
I wouldn't worry about the Reddit
I'm not.
people, is what I'm saying.
No.
Ed Rizzo wants to know, how often have you met Morgan? And what do the sisters have in common since they seem so different in the house?
I know Morgan decently well. I know her pretty well. I've hung out with her with the family. I've hung out with her going out. I've hung out with her just whatever, you know. I kind of view her as a little sister to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just there's been times where she sort of came to me for consoling, and so I've seen that side of her too. They do bicker a lot. Like I was saying, Alex likes to push people's buttons, and she really loves pushing Morgan's buttons. And Morgan is the one to have more explosions, and Alex just sits back and laughs and laughs and laughs at her sister. And that's sort of like their relationship.
Right.
What they have in common, they have a lot more in common than they think they do, I think. Just kind of by watching them like in the show, you see how they are getting along. And initially they thought that there's no way they'd work together because
Right.
they're just different. Alex is more of the artist. I mean, actually Morgan can draw too, but Alex is more of the artist and hangs out with like our friends, like the gamers and nerds, like who we went to college with, and Morgan was more with like football players, etc. And so a very different sort of group, like friend groups.
Right.
But I mean, they they like some of the same brands of clothing and stuff. But Alex is more like I like neutrals, blacks, whites, grays. Morgan's more like I like bright colors. Okay.
I think we get that. I think we
Yeah.
get that from
Yeah.
the house. So, not to get too far away from it, the number one thing that so many people keep asking me to ask you, is do you know about any Christmas fight? Any fight that Alex and Morgan had during Christmas time? Where they didn't talk to each other, or Morgan. I mean, is it just what you were saying? Like Alex will pick at her, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of that.
I mean, I particularly it could be anything, but literally like there's something they like to make fun of Morgan about is one time Morgan had she couldn't like find a vacuum or
Oh.
something, and so she fell on the floor just crying because she couldn't find a vacuum. And so it was very, very dramatic, and she like stopped functioning as a human, and it was like, I can't clean my floor. And so that's something they like to make fun of her for, is like the OCD cleaning.
You just. I have a feeling now. I thought Alex and I were going to bond more on the Pokemon, gaming, nerdy side of it. Now that you're talking cleaning, I have also thrown a fit over someone moving my Dyson.
Yeah.
So, now I feel like I'm starting to understand Morgan a little better. I like this. I like this. Angel Cheer Baby wants to know, how did you and Alex meet?
Okay, so we met in college. We were in the same major, so we're both went to Texas A&M, and we studied essentially animation.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
We didn't really talk for the first year. I was just like, I'm not talking to these people. I don't know. I'm just hanging out with my friends. These people are weird. And I don't know. She was just with them. But anyways, fast forward a year. I walk into class, and she kind of hooks my arm. And is like, you're going to sit by me this year. And I was like, okay. I'll do that, whatever. Um, so essentially, we were in class together. We worked on projects together. We were started becoming really like close friends first. We'd sit in the back of our studio. It was like an art studio, and our professor would be talking, blah blah. We're just like whatever, and we'd be on like chat roulette, just like chatting around while they're doing this. And so we're just kind of like that fun friend thing. Um, and I didn't really think of much of it at first.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I was thinking about today because we've been dating for 4.5 years now, so it's been a while. But I was thinking about the very beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and me and her like to banter a lot, like kind of pick at each other and tease, and like I really enjoy that. Uh, and one time I was sitting very close behind her, and I just kind of like touched her arm, and I said, just kind of off, I said, "You should work out," just
Oh.
joking. And then right then, because she's great in shape, but she just turned around and just punched me right in the face. And I think from then I was just stargaze, and I was like, "I love you."
4.5 years, you say?
So I just like, I mean, that story is just like, huh,
Okay. No, that's interesting. Here's a little piece of advice. Gets real annoying when you get to year 10.
okay,
When you get to like year 10, you're like, okay, it's not cute anymore.
okay.
You're like, let's be done with that part now. So is what you're telling me, is this a reality recaps exclusive? There is a proposal happening.
That's definitely been in my mind for a while.
Oh.
It definitely been in my mind for a while. So not like immediately after the show, I know Whitney's man has been saying other things for him and her.
Oh.
Not to throw that out there, but he's been talking on Twitter.
Let me say this as someone who deals with reality TV all day. As we all know, reality TV involves storylines. And if I was you, I might let production know, hey, it'd be fun if Alex wins and I propose to her on finale night. That just might give people an incentive to keep her around longer.
Hey, you're very smart. You're very
Storyline.
smart. No, that's good. That's good.
Storylines. That may have was maybe supposed to, I guess, in an alternate reality, be something that maybe happened on BB17, and then it didn't because the person didn't win that was supposed to.
Oh, sad.
Uh-oh, I'm getting in trouble from the chat room. Future on wants to know, where did you get your glasses?
Okay, so let me just show. I don't know if you can see this. Is it backwards?
Nope.
Okay.
S
Spy.
spy.
Spy. They're spy glasses. So these are originally sunglasses, but I made them just reading glasses because I can't see very well. So,
Oh, so you just put your actual lenses in sunglasses.
hmm so the spy, I think it's Spy Optics. Is the
Oh.
brand.
Where UTSA uh-oh. UTSA Jennifer wants to know, where are you from? It's Texas, right?
Oh, I was born in New Jersey.
What?
Yes,
Really? How long did you live in New Jersey?
not very long.
Oh,
I've
okay.
moved a lot. I've moved a lot in my life, mostly in Texas. Um, right now, I live in North Houston.
Oh.
Um, yeah, North Houston, and I'm been here for about a year. Before this, I was in Dallas with Alex. Before that, we graduated from school, and then before that, we lived in Europe. Alex actually lived in Europe
Oh,
during school.
wow.
Yeah.
So our very well-traveled art
Yes.
major,
Ish.
Alex. Alex. Okay, that's very interesting. I spend every summer of my life right outside Houston.
Really?
Yeah, Woodlands, the Woodlands.
Hey, actually, that's where I live.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yep.
A question. Oh, Tara from Long Island wants to know a question. Can Teaghan design Erica YRR logo? We'll talk about it later, Tara. uh,
I do logos, but
yeah.
depends.
Steffi Traxis wants to know, do you think Alex would get along with the Misfit group outside of the house more than she does now inside the house?
Honestly, yes. I yeah. Honestly, I'm a little bit. I don't know. Like I'm a little bit surprised. Like it's I don't know if it's the pressure of the house, but generally that's kind of more of our friend group, unlike in like reality. Like that's like I don't know, maybe not the extreme things that they're saying, but sort of like the the artist type people, like the Justins and type like those types of people. So it's really interesting. I'm not sure if she just feels like they don't want her there, and that's sort of making her distant.
I find in the game of Big Brother, like, as someone that knows Jason pretty well, feel like Jason and Shelby are basically
So
the same person.
yeah.
It's just the boy and girl version of a Jason.
Hmm.
But I think in this game, the people that you're most like in real life, or you would get along with the most in real life, sometimes is your biggest competition. And that's why you need to separate
Yeah.
yourself from
Hmm.
them. And I mean, it's smart on Alex's side not to jump on to like Team Jason. If I was playing in that house, I don't know that I would want to align myself with a returning player
He's
because,
a running it. He is running that side.
oh yeah, oh, I think he is
It
too.
is. It
100%.
is.
I think he
Man, he's
is.
just got him wrapped around his finger. It feels like.
Well, not America. We'll see what happens
Yeah.
next week. Double eviction. In my dream scenario, the people that I would love to stay around the longest in this game would have been Scott, Alex, Danielle, and Jason. I
Just
feel
because they're
like
gamers.
yeah, because, and not to take anything away from the other people, but I just think those were kind of the people that were winning the comps, making the moves, and in a lot of ways keeping the rest of their side safe. And I
Hmm.
mean, Danny is going to have to keep Jason safe now going forward, so we're going to see how this is going to work out
Hmm.
on double eviction. Redheaded Michelle wants to know, do you think that the house will ever figure out the sister twist while the people are still in the house?
Dude, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that they have not figured it out. I mean, I don't know. Like, just walking behind them, like in life, them like back to back with both their hair straightened, it looks like the same person.
Really?
It really does. Like, it is just like I literally thought that before. Like, Morgan's like 3 inches taller, and that's about it. But at this point, I don't think so. Like, just watching people's reactions in the exit interviews, they're like,
Yeah, it's very shocking for them. Um I want to think of how I want to. I'm going to say this. All I want you to say is yes or no, because then we won't have to spin out of control into anything that we would get in
okay.
trouble for. So just yes or no for this question. Did you know that Morgan was going to be on the show, or was it basically? Did you know, or was it a surprise? But I'll say, did you know Morgan was going to be on? You can answer it yes or no, but the
I mean,
details are what will be bad.
uh, no, then yes.
Oh, yeah, well,
If that makes
obviously no.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
obviously
then
no,
yes.
then yes makes
Yeah.
sense. Yes. Okay, got it. What is Megan Shea wants to know, what is your opinion of other house guests? So we'll start with Danielle. What's your opinion of Danielle?
I don't know why she is wanting to beat up all the other girls so much. Like today specifically, I tuned in a few times, and I literally like had to stop because all I heard was her like, "I'm gonna drag her by her hair. I'm gonna beat her up." And, and the other day she said something. They think Shelby's a waitress, and she was saying something like, "You're a nobody. You don't make any money. You're a waitress." And I was like, "You're literally classifying someone like their quality person by their job." And to me, that was crossing the line. I was like, "You can't do that. Like, what is that?"
Okay, oh, all right. Now, I'm going to give you the flip side. Maybe the flip side, which I've heard.
Okay.
Now, I agree. I would not do that if I was playing Big Brother as well. However, I think it's them just blowing off steam and pumping each other up. I don't really think Danielle is dragging anyone across. It's kind of
I
like,
don't
I
either.
don't know. I think what football players do, like, I'm gonna smash your face in.
Yeah,
Like,
that's valid.
and they're
Yeah.
building this
Yeah.
battle up.
That's very true.
as a clash of the Titans. They're building up this Alex versus Danny thing as this giant event in this POV, which
It is.
isn't really, might not even happen.
Oh
We
yeah.
don't even know yet.
But in their minds, like being in that house, the world becomes so small. Becomes so small,
Yeah,
and that is literally all they're thinking about. So in their mind, it is like I can't imagine. I can only fathom what it is like. Like being in there with only those people and being like, I have to beat this person or I'm going home. I have to beat this person or I'm going home. Like that is literally like was just churning in their
right.
mind, and I'm like, you have nothing else to think about. You're an experiment in a cage.
Yep. And that's why I say there's no outlet, there's no friends, there's no family, there's no music, there's no TV, there's no therapist or drug. There's nothing.
Therapist.
The only thing they can do is say, I'm gonna drag her across the room and knock her out, and she's a stupid waitress, you stupid waitress. Like, that's it. That
Yeah,
is
I
the
can see that. Yeah, yeah.
only
I got
thing
you.
you can.
Hmm.
That's why I always say to the players that come on this show, they always end up being friends. It might take some of
Hope
them
so.
longer to get to that point, but I think everybody eventually comes to the point of it was just a game, we didn't mean any of it. It's definitely harder for people like you, for their family that wasn't in there and didn't
Yeah, I'm
see
like,
it.
wait.
Right. For you guys, it will always be, why are you talking about my girlfriend? Why are you talking about my daughter? Why? So I get it. It
Oh,
is not an
absolutely.
easy road for you guys. Um, uh, okay, I don't know what that question was. Red-headed Michelle wants to know, why do you think Alex and Morgan got into the house and did not want to work together? Like, in the beginning of the game, they both kind of said in their DRs, oh, I need to get her out. I have no problem getting her out. I'm going to get her out. We're not working together. We don't like each other. Did you, do you think that was real? Do you think that they
Yes.
really meant that?
Yes.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I do. There's a very big sibling rivalry. I mean, Alex is even like that with me. She wants to beat me. She loves to challenge me. We challenge each other. Like, there's been times where, like, she loves to win, and she sees it as a game. And I really believe they thought it'd be a burden if they were known that they were sisters.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be kind of like a showman's deal. Well, you always have someone protecting you, type of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and the burden of I need to protect you without telling people, I think that is also a disadvantage that people aren't always seeing, because that big sister instinct comes in for Alex, and like I got to protect my sister,
Right.
after time. And I think in the beginning, it's like all just an idea. It's not real yet, and like the experience isn't real yet of them being in the house immersed with these people. And then after time, they realize you're the only person I know is being real with me.
Right.
And but I absolutely like they. It's just like they're always competing, always competing, and so I feel like that's completely 100% real.
Interesting. I mean, that is Alex has always been a Big Brother fan, right?
Yeah, she's obsessed with it.
But has Morgan always been?
I think in recent years,
Okay.
but Alex is definitely more of the super fan for sure.
I would think that Alex, I mean, it's going to be a question to ask her why she wouldn't want the number of two on her side. But I guess if they have that sibling rivalry, I don't know. It's interesting. I want to know what she's
Mm.
going to say more about that. Alex R. In the chat room wants to know if you are a Big Brother fan.
So this is my first season watching.
Oh,
This is my very first season, and honestly, when she told me, she like, hey, I might be doing this like way in the like right before they were going, I was like, I never watched that, and my first thought was, it's like the real world, and I was like, oh, that makes me feel uncomfortable. But then, I talked with her, and she was like, I promise nothing bad's gonna happen, and and I trust her, and like I'm never gonna hold her back from doing like what she wants to do and like following her dreams. Like she loves that. Like go for it. I'm gonna give you all the support. But I will say I got completely immersed in Twitter. I'm in a group chat that is going 24/7 with a bunch of stands that are like plastic stands, Alex stands. Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. They're
They don't have a
always
name?
well, there was like 50 of them.
Tell the group you need a name. You need to be like the Algenbees.
Well, like there's Shelby fans and Ball Smasher fans, and like they were going all up. Like I've like learned the lingo, I've learned
Oh,
like all this stuff, and I've just tried to immerse myself. I made Alex a fan page thing, and just so because like I want to show her that like she didn't even think I would be watching the show. I don't think she even thought I'd be watching it. I'm like this like every day now.
I don't know how you couldn't be. I don't know how you
I
couldn't
don't
be
know
like
either.
that.
I don't know either, but now I'm definitely gonna watch with her when she comes back. People have been throwing around, you should apply, and
Oh, don't fall into the you should apply trap.
yeah. So
Don't fall into the you should apply trap.
what is the trap? Just doing it in general.
I think a lot of people say that because I think a lot of people say that to try and maybe get to talk to you. And like, you should apply. You should totally apply. Alex will tell you all the reasons you shouldn't apply, I'm sure. Or she'll tell you how much she loved the experience. One of
Yeah,
those two.
yeah.
And I'm not surprised that you would support her because we've already found out she can beat you up. Now, 68 Smiles wants to know what surprised you the most about Alex's game now that you're watching it from at home. Is there anything that you're like, oh my god, I didn't expect that from her?
I mean, I will say that when she did the puzzle thing so fast, I felt like my jaw like hit the floor. I was like, oh my! I was like, holy crap! Like she just destroyed them in that puzzle thing. So that definitely surprised me particularly.
Was it her? Maybe it was Chrissy. I thought she was the one who said that you guys have one of those. I feel like Alex said, "I." Oh, maybe it is Chrissy. Somebody said, and I thought it was Alex. That's why she did it so quick. Like I literally have this game at my house. She was like, I was just
I think
playing.
that was Chrissy.
Then I guess it probably
I think
was
it was
Chrissy.
Chrissy.
What news, Annie0615 wants to know, what news are you most excited to tell Alex when you see her? Like, is there anything that you can't wait to tell her, like, oh my god, this happened?
um, so this is pretty personal, but
Oh.
this is pretty personal. But I know she actually brought it up in the show, so I feel like okay to talk about it. Right before she left, my mother actually had like an aneurysm type thing,
Oh.
and it literally happened like 2 days before she was leaving, and she hadn't packed anything yet. She lives in Dallas, in Houston. She actually flew down like the next day to come hang out with me and just be there for me. And I thought that was super awesome. Like she has still had nothing ready to leave to go to the
Right.
show. And I know she has no idea like if my mom is even alive at this point. So and like that's something that she's really like she even talked about in the beginning. They are like, what would you use the money for type thing. And she was like,
And
some of that.
and your mom is alive, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
she's recovering and she's
Okay.
doing great. And like that's something really like I know that's something that she was
Mhm.
really, really, really concerned about. And it just showed me how much she cared about it when she flew down because she had to like say,
Mm,
just immediately.
I'll tell you, I'll get into this more after, but in case I forget, if I had to guess, I have a feeling she knows. If there's been any discussion where other people know that your mom's okay, trust me, I have a feeling then Alex does
So
too. I will talk about it after. How is the toothless cat doing? Do you have a toothless cat?
so that's not mine. It's Alex's family's cat named Zoe.
And is it doing well?
It's doing well. It always meows a lot. That's her favorite type of cat is a Siamese cat. She won't get any other cat except a Siamese cat. She play oh for the by the way, who people are Pokemon fans. She plans on
Yes.
getting her own Siamese cat. I'm pretty sure, and either naming it Vulpix or Eevee. Just
Interesting.
also, if it could have 9 tails, it might be 9 tails. So
I was going to say, are you excited to tell her about the new buddy system
yes,
or
I'm
the
excited again about the game.
She is going to be very excited about
Yeah.
it. David Thielen wants me to tell you he saw Salvation Apples, which is the animated piece that you and Alex did.
Oh my God.
And he wants to know what is there any place where he can see more stuff that you guys did together? Any more pieces that you guys did together?
That's crazy.
I
Found
don't know
that.
what that is.
So,
Tell us about it.
this is this is me and Alex have been through a lot of different things in our relationship. Like a lot of like my parents even say we feel like you've gone through more things with her than even a lot of married people I've gone through together. Like this was something that our school was animation school,
Mm-hmm.
and there was one point at one time where I was up for 72 hours straight and just working, working, working. And this is something that me and her decided to do together, only together in a relationship in a very stressful environment of like no sleep, tight deadlines and everything. And we got along like perfectly. I was like literally like had like an hour before turning it in. She had fallen asleep on my arm and it was like 6 a.m. And she had fallen asleep on my arm and I was still in the computer like finishing. And then she woke up and I'd finished it. And what was crazy is that, you know, she would draw some things, I would draw some things, we put it all together, and we were able to do that together and not hate each other.
And now, where is this? Like, where can people
Um,
watch this?
it's on YouTube.
Okay.
We both have online portfolios.
Okay.
There's a website called behance.com or Behance, BEHANCE.com.
Okay.
I'm on there, she's on there. Her stuff might be private right now just because of the show.
Right.
And then I actually have a site, but it's on lockdown right now just because I was going to update it at one point.
Got you.
But you can see it on YouTube. If you type in Salvation Apples, there might be some random things on there.
Okay.
Or that Behance site. If you just search my name or possibly her name, there's probably some stuff we have on there.
We'll put the links below. We'll at
Okay.
the on the edited show for this show, we will put the links to all that stuff below. Lisa D Ginger Snaps wants to know, are we seeing the Alex that you know and love in the house right now?
Yes, but I think she's honestly being a lot more quiet than she really is.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I know some people like they're like, she's not telling us anything. Like I know Jason has brought it up. Like, is she even an animator? Is she even this? Like, we don't know. She's not telling us anything. I'm not sure exactly why, to be honest. I'm not sure if it's because her sister is there and she feels like she doesn't want to expose too much and slip up, or if she's just super focused, you know, and going through all the scenarios in her mind. But you know, it's crazy because she has so many friends supporting her. Like I was on a Google Hangout watching when she won that Life by the Sword competition. There was
Right.
literally like 10 of us or 12 of us on a Google Hangout, just like all screaming at the screen until 3 in the morning. So it's just like she's being her, but I feel like she's being a little bit or more reserved in my honest opinion.
What now? I have a very serious question that I want to know the answer to. What goes on in the houses over there where people are making cakes in microwaves? Who is making this microwave birthday cake, and why don't they love Alex and Morgan? The cakes need to be in the oven, is what I'm saying. Have you heard this story?
I no, I have not heard the story, but I'm assuming it's something around their cooking skills.
I do not know. No, not their cooking skills. I don't know how the house did not catch on to this. It was probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago that they were all talking about birthday cakes, and I think it was Alex said it first, said something like, "Oh, yeah, my mom always makes my birthday cake in the microwave." And then, like, a few minutes later, Morgan comes into the room and they're still talking about birthday cakes, and Morgan goes, "Yeah, my mom makes a birthday cake in the microwave."
Okay, I definitely need to ask about that because I never heard that story in my life.
I can't believe nobody picked up on that one. I'm sure.
What kind of cake is that?
I don't know. That's why I want to know who is making cakes in
I'm gonna ask
microwaves.
Mama Willette. I'm gonna ask Mama Willette about that
All
because
right.
I don't know.
And
I need to know.
and then people are gonna have to follow you on Twitter, and then you can tweet out the answer once you know
Yeah,
it.
maybe there's a picture.
Maybe there is a picture of this
Yeah.
cake. I'm sure somebody will tell us the flashback time for it. Annie wants to know, do you think Alex will be friends with Jason and Shelby when the show is over?
I really hope so. I mean, I think Shelby's pretty hilarious, to be honest. She reminds me of some people that I know in my life, and I honestly thought going into the show uh, that Alex would align with Jason. I did,
Really?
yeah. Um, just because Jason, in some aspects, reminds me of one of Alex's best friends,
Hmm.
Colby. Shout out to Colby if you ever watch this, but yeah, they're very similar and like similar like with sarcasticness and like just energy. And I was thinking, like, I know the first night I thought they might get a line, and so
They
I don't know.
tried.
I guess
They tried.
ish, ish,
They tried ish. They tried.
but yeah, I think so. I mean, Alex likes to go out and have fun, and I'm hoping Shelby and them are immediately friends. Um, and I think that's definitely like they're always talking about like what they're gonna go do in California. Like Alex loves California,
Right.
and so that sounds really fun. I'm glad that they have that with Jason. I think so. They're pretty far apart as far as where they live, but hopefully it
They
works out.
will. I'm telling you, they will. I know Jason's personality, and I know Jason is going to be like super best friends with Shelby. I'm calling it right now. And I know he will also be with Alex. Honestly, I'm not so sure about Morgan, but I'm
Like,
100% Alex Shelby. Yes, I'm calling it right now. Jolly G has a great question in the chat room. Wants to know, what do you think of the alliance name Ball Smashers?
I think it's hilarious.
You love it. You love the
Yeah,
Ball Smashers
I
name.
find myself doing the dance every now and then. So,
Do
uh,
you?
yeah, I think it's funny. I think it's. I mean, I thought Monty and his pythons was pretty funny just because they were letting Monty think that it was his name, but I thought that was pretty funny.
Now, a lot of people want to know, have you talked to any of the other house guests since they've been out of the house? Like, have you talked to Monty or Cornbread or Scott or anybody since they've been evicted?
Um, I actually just reached out to Monty a few days ago. Um, I want to get in contact with Scott just because I honestly like. I know Scott was talking about I want to play Xbox with Shane. I want to hang out with them, and I thought Scott was hilarious to watch, especially in that haunted house Veto thing. Like I was dying laughing.
Oh, that was the best.
It was so freaking funny. And then like the wall thing too was just absolutely
That was the best.
that was hilarious. So I mean, I hope to reach out to him. I think he's only on Reddit right now, as far as I'm
I
concerned.
heard he only made one post on Reddit, and that's it, and he's waiting until he finds out what he's allowed to do. Scott, if you're watching, you probably are. You're allowed to do everything, and no one's going to email you back. Just ask your other friends that have already been kicked out. You're the stepchildren. They're not calling. They're
Yeah.
like, see ya finale night. What? Oh no. Are you nervous for Alex? Were you nervous for Alex the first night when she called Morgan Mo in front of Shelby?
I completely face palmed. I was just like, I was like, you love this show. How do you do that? The first first hour into the show, but it was just so funny that she was like, yeah, I should call you Shelb, and I was like, wow, that's so funny. I was like,
I
trying
don't think
so
that's that
hard.
bad.
I mean, it's not bad, but it was just so funny. I mean, just knowing her, like, it was just boom, like that connection with her sister. I was nervous. I was like, this is not going to last long.
You do not have to answer this question at all if you don't want to. I don't
Yeah.
want you to get in trouble with your possibly future in-laws. But Kelly Emerald in the chat room wants to know, can you tell us anything about what Alex and Morgan's parents think of their games so far, and do they watch the feeds?
Yes. Okay, so right before Alex left, it was really funny. Her dad was kind of like, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that. It's dumb. I'm not watching that. And the mom I mean, we knew Kim. We knew you were gonna watch. Just gonna
Mm-hmm.
go with you. And I can say that they are very stressed out. They're constantly stressed out. They're texting me like, I don't know how to handle this. I don't know how to handle this. Like, I'm tired of these people on the show. And I mean, sure, it's gotta be hard for them. Like seeing
I don't think parents should ever watch.
it's it's like, I mean, you should see some of the things that people have messaged me. Some of the most obscene things I have ever heard in my entire life. With my Facebook being completely on lockdown, people have found me, messaged me, cussing me out for I don't even know why, but
I
I
have
dare send them to the parents. I'm like, I'm not sending you any of these things that I'm being sent.
I have no idea what that's at all like, Tegan. It's all sunshine and positivity over here. I get no death threats ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
it's a vicious.
Yeah, it
Twitter's
is.
Twitter's vicious, man.
It is. It
It's
is.
crazy.
I know. That's keep them away. You keep them away. Um did Alex Leslie K English wants to know, did Alex do a digital type drawing of the cat from Alice in Wonderland?
Yes, I was gonna bring that up.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
go.
Um, so she actually won an award. She did. It was her senior year of college, and she did three recreations of three Disney movies: Peter Pan, House of Wonderland, and Lion King. And she did them on book covers because Alex loves reading. That's it's like one of Alex's biggest hobbies. She reads so fast. She's always reading. She knows tons of information. Uh, like whatever. So she just loves books in general. But she redid the covers
Mm-hmm.
of these books: the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, Simba or Mufasa. I think it was Simba from Lion King, and then Peter Pan. And she won an award for these designs in the Dallas Visual Society, something DSVC, Dallas Society of Visual
Something.
something. But she got an award for this, and which is a pretty big deal with that because that's like a pretty high thing for these Disney book covers. So yeah, she definitely has.
Well, Leslie wants you to know she bought a copy of one. I don't know how, but Leslie got a copy of it.
Nice. Thank you. I guess I don't know how you buy that, but
I don't know how you found it, but
awesome.
I have a feeling Alex will be autographing that soon.
Awesome.
Oh, I love this. I love this one. If you could right now go into the house and tell Alex any one thing to help her game, what would you tell her?
Well, one thing,
Just one?
one, one thing.
You're gonna blow up?
I I would honestly think what I want to scream at the screen right now
Mm-hmm.
is Whitney is not on your side.
Uh, oh, I think she knows that.
I
You think she
either
doesn't
that.
know that?
I mean, I
They're
want her
putting
to
her
know
up.
it.
They're gonna put her
Yeah,
up.
I know, but I wonder. There's just no way Whitney would ever use it on like she. You know what I mean? There's no situation where Whitney would try to save Alex right now, and I hope that they don't.
You mean there's no situation that Whitney would not use the POV on herself if she won it, thus, which would put Alex then on the block?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And there's no way that Whitney, if Alex was on the block, would not put her vote towards Alex.
Right. I agree with you. But I think Alex knows that. Let me say this for the people that don't know. Now, everyone, don't shoot me. But I've taken the liberty to already fill in the noms that will happen in a short while. So I'm pretty sure Jason has locked in that he's going to nominate Danielle. And Shelby seems pretty locked in on Whitney. As well, unless something changes in the next. When is that happening? In an hour or so from now? Are they doing it? Yes, you can check the schedule out on our website. who are you going to vote for? This is like your most popular question. Who are you going to vote for third nom, or do you not know yet, or do you not want to say? You don't have to say if you don't want to say.
I honestly cannot say.
Oh,
I will say that at first I was leaning towards putting up Alex. It broke my heart to be like, I literally might vote for you to go up. But now, after seeing, a lot of people are throwing around the idea of throwing up Chrissy. I'm sorry, Mike. It's nothing against any of you guys, but the idea of throwing up Chrissy gives a little bit more variance in what could happen with the POV. With Alex being up, I want her, like, the reason I want to do that was because I like the percentages of having a possibility of Shelby, Alex, and Morgan all playing for Veto.
right.
And I was scared that if she was not a nom, that it would be Shelby versus possibly 5 other people on the other side.
Right.
Which
Right.
is terrifying.
Well, I have to say, we said that for Mike for a second. Now I have to say, hold on, I'm going to hide you for 1 second, but you'll be able to see it. We have our official poll results, and this is just us. And by the way, we in no way influence the vote, so don't be upset about this. But we have Alex at 67% with over 2,200 Twitter votes. Oh, wait. Hold on. I gotta move it a little for the chat room. But look, everyone, it's Alex, and it's 67%. But look, Teaghan, on the plus side, we don't influence those votes. It's the Reddit people. It's the Reddit people. It's the Reddit and the Rob Has a Podcast. Those are the people that matter. So see what they're saying. See what they're saying. That's how it might go. But I see what I definitely hear what you're saying. If Whitney wins this POV, it could be bad for Alex. But the thing is, we also really don't know.
Yeah.
Anything can happen at this point. We could have some magic power come into play, which some of us are speculating. And Alex seems to be one of the only 3 people I've ever heard talking about thinking there might be something in those backyard cushions. Because there's like the sign in the backyard that says discover your national parks, which you might not know, but that was a clue last season that gave people a power in the house. And there are national park pillows on the backyard. Now, Alex, Scott, and Shelby are the only people that I've ever heard discussing that they're aware of it. And yesterday, Jason said, oh, there's new pillows back here now. So I wonder if there's going to be a new twist being thrown in soon. It will definitely be interesting. Whitney's boyfriend, Winston, is here, and he just wants to say, hey,
Winston,
shout out to you, along with Mike, who is also watching. And they're both just watching and saying hi, and maybe they're asking questions, but the chat room has so many people that's flying. Their questions are flying by. But they are both here, and I'm being told to let you know they're here supporting you.
Oh, thanks, guys.
So, Winston,
it's the BF support group. BF support group.
Winston, I guess you next, Winston.
This is next.
Well, then I guess that we don't really need to ask this question, but on the off chance, I won't assume. Steffi wants to know, are you in contact with Morgan's boyfriend, Winston, and how does he feel about the show? I know not Morgan's boyfriend, Whitney's boyfriend, but, oh, no, she does mean Morgan. Got it. She means Morgan. Are you in touch with Morgan's boyfriend, and what does he think of the show?
So Connor is actually in Japan and doesn't have access to the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
They don't have internet?
They do, but he told me a long time ago that he doesn't have access to see the show, and his friends aren't really watching it, so he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, he would need a VPN. That's in. Yeah. He would need a VPN.
So yeah, he did seem. I mean, I haven't heard much from him, but
have they been together a long time?
About a year.
Oh.
About a year. So not like...
I don't like him. He should be invested in Morgan in the way that you are invested in Alex. If this was a loving relationship.
I don't know.
You find a way.
I don't know what to do.
You find a way, whatever your name is, Morgan boyfriend. There are plenty of people that would have figured out a way to make it work. It's called a VPN.
I'll make sure to tell him this.
Please don't tell me he's like in the army or protecting our country, and now
He,
everyone's gonna hate
no,
me.
no, basketball player.
Oh, okay. You got no excuse. You have money. Pay somebody, record it, and send it to you. Next question. Shelly T wants to know: Are you glad? Are you glad that the have-nots are over?
Um, I mean, I think it's kind of interesting to see the recipes they come up with for slop food. But
Yeah.
I mean, for me, like I'm not eating have not food, and I'm actually kind of interested in trying slop. If
Oh, I got your back. Well, I know that you work out, so go take oatmeal. Then go take your protein powder. I'm sorry, make oatmeal tonight. Leave it
unflavored,
out on your counter till tomorrow morning. Don't
crusty
heat it up. And then dump your protein powder in it, stir it up, and it'll be half that like you can chew it, but it's
chalk.
solid, but it's liquid. There you go.
I remember Monty saying, "I think I can't." He was like, "My mouth feels like it's cement right now." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Dude,
It's really
have
weird. It's weird. Um Mandolin R81 wants to know, have you and Alex ever considered making a collaborative YouTube channel to promote or share the animation that you each do individually?
um." We have considered and talked about doing some sort of design venture together. Um, there was one time where me and my friend actually made an e-commerce store. We sold clothes that were revolving around how girls love man buns, and we sold clothes like that during that trend like 2 years ago, like when Brock got really popular. I don't know if you guys know
You're
who that is.
saying man buns.
Man, like the hair.
Yes, and you're saying how it was popular 2 years ago. Shane,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would have reached out to him. Like, it said we had all sorts of things. So with that, I've always talked to her and be like, yeah, like why don't we try something? I mean, I think definitely in our future that we will do something. I love like this streaming thing with
mm-hmm.
YouTube blowing up. Like, there's so many opportunities with that, and
I mean, you guys could do it on your own, but I could fast track you into you now if that's something you guys are interested in. I mean, a lot of people just come on here and do art all the time. They don't even necessarily talk to people. I mean, they do,
just like
but they just come on and draw, and
mhm.
it's definitely a great platform for that. Darlene J wants to know. I can't believe we're almost out of time. Darlene J
Like,
wants to
oh
know.
wow,
Where did it
it's an
go?
hour. What?
Seriously, Darlene J wants to know who would you, if you could pick who Alex was in the final three with, who would you want her to be in the final three with?
I think Jason. I think if Jason's in final three, he's gonna win. Period.
You do, really?
I mean, he has like 70,000 followers on Twitter. I mean, I don't know how many are voting, but that's a
I don't
lot.
know.
That's a lot of people. Like that's a big threat. And so like I think Jason's hilarious. I think he's really entertaining, but I think taking him to the final would be kind of dangerous. And I'm kind of surprised that his own team all want to take him to the final. I'm like, you're gonna lose, most likely. I mean, that's just how I feel.
I am going to vote for Jason no matter what. Obviously, I know
Exactly.
Jason in real
So,
life. Not I have to, but I want to. But I do not think Jason can win against anybody.
really.
I don't think Jason would, as of right now. I do not think Jason would win against Danielle. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. But the only way I see Jason surviving this double elimination is if Danielle saves him. And then if Danielle saves him, she's saving her team. It's another huge win for Danielle. Is this like, you know,
Victory. Yeah.
yeah, and honestly, same thing for Alex. If Alex makes it through this week and she makes it through the double elimination, there are all
Yeah.
these people that are winning these really big game-changing comps for themselves and their
Hmm.
team. it would be an interesting argument in the final three with Jason. But not who do you not want her there
Okay.
with? Who
Okay.
would you put her there with?
I would love to see her. Obviously, this is just going to be such a boring answer. I want to see her with Morgan. Just because I think that would be like some super like unheard of. I mean, I'm not sure. I haven't watched BB before, but like two siblings in the finals, I think that'd be a pretty cool feat.
Not in ours, but that just happened the last season in
Okay.
Canada,
All right. Well,
but
maybe
not
it's
on
boring then.
ours.
Maybe that's boring then. But you
No,
know,
it's not. It would
I
be.
mean, I would like to see her with Morgan, and if not Morgan, I think honestly,
Well,
I
you get
like
one
Chrissy.
more.
I like Chrissy. I think Chrissy's funny. Like I honestly like I would be friends with her in real life just because I like her humor. Like I feel like I resonate with her.
Would you be mad if she farted on your pillow? Serious question.
I probably laugh.
I would probably laugh too. You know why? Because I have a sense of humor, everyone. It's not serious.
I can't. What are you doing? Like no, I
Oh
think
my god,
that does not bother me.
you would literally
I'm rational.
think she split a chicken and did a blood ritual on these people's beds the way people on Twitter act over a fart.
Oh,
Like, I can't.
people are reaching
Right.
very
Thank
hard.
you. How excited would Alex be if she knew you were talking to reality recap fans? Says Kelly.
I think she'd be like mind blown. To be honest, I
Yeah.
no.
I
Eh?
don't think us. People don't really know about us. Everyone thinks
Oh,
people know about us, but they really don't.
well, the reason I say that is because uh, I don't think she would think that I would get so involved,
Oh,
and I think that I think doing the things I was doing would surprise her like a
right.
lot, and I just wanted to come out here and do this to show her that I support her, that I am here for her, and that she is in fact a real human. Some people are questioning that.
Who's questioning if she's a human?
You see it on there. You
Delete
see,
your accounts.
like she has no soul.
That
Okay.
is just people looking for a reaction. When
Yeah.
people can't get a reaction from you, then that's what they switch to. Now we're going to start saying horrible, offensive things because at least we can get a reaction that way because our parents didn't love us when we were little. Oh God, let me go to a last
Make
question.
it a good one.
I know. Okay, I'm going to make it a funny one. Serious question. So, can Alex really cook or not?
Dude, okay, so I'm not an amazing chef.
Uh-huh.
I've tried. I think she's cooked something for me a solid 2 times.
How is she surviving college? What does she eat? Oh, I
Uh,
guess you get
she's out of college now. She's been out of college since 2014.
But when she
Uh,
was, how was she preparing food?
she's very good at finding everything that is already pre-made.
Oh, in the
Um,
microwave.
I have cakes in the microwave,
There you go.
burgers in the microwave,
You figured it out.
prepackaged fruit cut that's already cut.
Okay.
Um, crackers and cheese, like her favorite foods, like crackers and cheese and fruit. She loves protein bars. Like everything is already made. I've asked for a grilled cheese sandwich for a solid 4 years, and I haven't gotten one yet. I love her, but I really want that grilled cheese sandwich.
I feel
I
like
love it.
I feel like she burned something in the house.
Probably.
Am I
I
remembering
think she.
that?
No, I think she totally did. I can't remember what it was, but
Don't
it
have her
was.
cook. I take it back.
It was probably a chicken or something.
Okay. Are you ready for me to help you now in your
Yes.
relationship? Here is what you're going to do. When she gets out of the house, maybe for Christmas, you're going to give her the gift of couples cooking
I
classes.
thought of that.
It's
I've thought of
something that you two can do together, and you'll make it seem like, oh, I love you so much. I want to spend time. I missed you all summer.
She's gonna be like, I don't have patience for that.
No, you have to be romantic about it. Be like, oh, we get to be together. And then you tell, like, the cooking guy, can you just teach her grilled cheese?
Yes.
That's
You're right.
it.
You're
Just gotta
right.
teach you that. Well, I can't even believe that we're over time already. We loved getting to learn more about Alex, getting to know more about you. I hope you both will come back on the show, but I know people are going to want to know where to follow you. So let's start there. Where do you want people to follow you on social media?
So you can follow my Twitter. It's just Teaghan or at Teaghan Averett. Do you want me to spell it out?
Spell it out, but I will
Okay.
also put the link below.
Okay. TEAGHAN AVRETT.
Okay.
Same thing on Instagram. Just Teaghan Averett. And then I have my personal account on Instagram. So I have one account that was more focused on fitness because I was tracking my progress for like a bodybuilding competition back then. So I just did that. And then my personal one is the Littlest Poet.
And do you want people to follow you on those if you're keeping them
Sure.
private?
Sure. Yeah, sure. I don't know if I should open it right now. I was told. I don't know. I'm confused on what to do with that.
Okay, I'll tell you after. I'll tell you after.
Okay. But yeah, follow me.
And now, do you want anyone to follow? You have a website too, which I did go to, but that's the website that you said you're working on.
Yeah. I mean, I'll update that. There's not like an actual like follow. I mean, if you want to follow me on Behance, that part website,
we'll put that below too.
You can just search me there. And then as far as Alex goes, do you want me to say those or?
Yeah, go ahead, say them.
Yeah. So she has 2 Twitter accounts. She has her personal one, which is obviously private, like every other house guest that's been on there. It's just at AlexShay1.
Right.
And then there's AlexW _BBOTT.
I love how they're doing that now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the official one. That is by us. Me and her friends are running that one. She kind of hinted before she left, it'd be really cool if I had like a fan page one, but you don't have to do it. It was too much. So I'm hoping to surprise her with like, hey, we did this for you. And I think she'll really like it.
I think she will like it too. All right. I am going, if you want, to let you end by telling the fans anything you want to tell them. And I will say, you have hundreds and hundreds of people here, and voting is open. So you have the floor. If there is anything you want to say to your fans, to Alex's fans, the floor is yours.
I really just want to say that as far as voting, I am really torn on what to do. The reason I would say I believe in putting Alex up is because I feel like she can win. Mm-hmm. I feel like she can beat people. I believe in her with all her heart. I would hate for her to not even have the option of defending herself. So if you believe in her and you feel like she can win, I would say do that. If you want to have a variance, more of a variance, I know a lot of people are voting Chrissy. Sorry, Mike, not personal, because there are a lot more variances in what could happen if Chrissy is the NOM. I'm not going to go through every single scenario, but
no, perfect.
Yeah.
I agree. So basically, I mean, you said it the best. If basically it is, if you are a Misfit fan, you're gonna vote Alex. If you're a Plastic fan, you're gonna vote Chrissy.
Most
likely. Yeah,
I don't have a solid answer for you yet. I'm still my head around it.
I do. Hold on. I got your back. Ready? Should we?
Exactly. It's exactly that.
Should we be nominating? We'll say Chrissy.
There's no good situation for my girlfriend right now, so.
Should we nominate Chrissy? My sources say no.
Oh, I think that's Rig. Is that Rig?
I don't know. It is. Wait, let's do it again. Rig. Concentrate and ask again. No, I asked. Look, the Magic 8 Ball has never been correct. I ask it every time. I hear what you're saying. There is no right answer. I felt the same exact way about Jason heading into this week, and now all of a sudden I have hope. I think Big Brother is very much luck and perseverance and game. I have a feeling Alex isn't going. Personally,
I think she can. I think if she wins, if she's on veto, I think she's gonna kill it. I mean,
I don't think I'm gonna hope Alex, Scott, Alex, Danielle, and Jason are all there after the double elimination. I think that
would be
gives us-
intense.
I think it gives us great feeds. It keeps competitors in the game. It makes the show interesting. That's what I would want to see. And again, no shade to any of the other people, but I hate it when the people that are like really doing that get kind of screwed over a little bit. But we are so out of time. I hope that you will come back. I hope that when we have Alex on, you will make an appearance as well.
All right.
And we will see you guys all later. Don't forget to follow both of us on Twitter, but I'm sure you guys probably are. And we will see you guys later. Bye,
Thanks, guys.
chat room. Bye, everybody.
Hey, just kidding. I love you.